There are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks. Now this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Take over first and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
34-yard line.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Taken down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3-yard pickup.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Being chased out left. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
The ball carrier.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds. And now 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Stephon Tuitt on the stop.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On second down now, it's Carson. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
He was back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. On 3rd down, Carson. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Bears take over
at their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Tariq Cohen, the ball.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Number 12.
Allen Robinson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears will extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Here we go. Swing. Check.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Big Sears right here. We got to step it up. 51 the mic, boy. 51. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Hey, 0.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Wilson will throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Chicago.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
They'll take over.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here.
And this is going to be intercepted. able to get there and pick it. And a short return to the 6-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On second down, it's Carson, and he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Now they can breathe a little easier. Some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now it's Carson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. But having more on that one and another first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Carson. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
The tackle made.
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
2 yards on the pick.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 1st down, it's Cohen. 20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
Punching it in from a yard away as the Bears push further out in front. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the second try.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. Down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free.
That leads to a 2nd and 10. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and
here to Claypool. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
17 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Trubisky to throw again. Flushed out right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab.
Complete.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the first.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. This is up and good from Pinheiro. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
For Chicago.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Wilson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And now some pointing up front and a flag down. This might just move them back 5. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Harris returning. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. A 3-yard pickup.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Trubisky to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx it?
Maybe jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen. Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37.
51 the mic, boys, 51. Push him back.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
The tackle made.
Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the twist. Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's caught by Hollister. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
7-yard line.
Now Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Let's go, D. 51 to mine. 51 to mine. Alert, 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 alert. Watch the screen.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10 at their own 4-yard line.
They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A throw down the field, caught by his running back. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A 7-yard pickup.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Trubisky's pass intercepted. The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
51, Mike 51.
After the interception, here's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4.
He's coming, double up. Go, Mike, got it. 12.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jacob Hollister, 56 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
You've got to understand situational football, because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
Harris on the return. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Again, it's Cohen. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Cohen, the ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, Trubisky. Able to find Harris, complete. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
A gain of 7.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. They try again with Cohen. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be third and 5. Trubisky will throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 42. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. On the return, Deontay Harris. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Harris on the return. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Harris has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
To Deontay Harris.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Now it's Trubisky. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
He's across midfield.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Wilson slings this out to Metcalf. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play. First down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Here's Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10.
Check
Back to throw. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
Loss of 1.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They run it with Carson. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check my 45. Check my 45. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 45. Come on, 45. I got you, boy. Boy. 45, come on. I'm dead.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
24-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Here's Harris to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return, the Bears take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. First throw in overtime now for Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Chicago.
Now Trubisky on first down. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8.
Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
They'll run on second down with Cohen, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. From the gun, it's Trubisky. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
First down.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Cohen. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They'll run on first down. Cohen. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
On first down, it's Cohen. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
Ball carrier.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
A 26-yard attempt.
by Pinheiro is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
26.
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Bears, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.